January 7th, 1943. The greatest inventor of the modern age dies alone in a silent hotel room. Room 3327 of the New Yorker's hotel. No family, no fortune, no fanfare, not even a funeral attended by the scientific elite who built their empires on his concepts. His body isn't discovered for nearly 2 days. The man responsible for the technology powering the very lights in this building had been living on credit, feeding on little more than bread and warm milk, and walking the same streets every night in the complete isolation. A man who once commanded the attention of the world, now gone without witness. And yet, everything around us, every city glowing with alternating current, every motor turning, every wireless signal traveling through the air, carries his fingerprints. He once wrote in a quiet defiance, "The present is theirs, the future for which I really worked is mine." To understand how Nikola Tesla ended here, celebrated in science yet abandoned in life, we have to go back to where the spark began. Nikola Tesla was born at midnight during a violent storm in the village of Smiljan, in what is now Croatia. The midwife called the lightning a bad omen. Tesla's mother replied, "No, he will be a child of light." His mother Duka possessed remarkable mechanical creativity. Though she never received formal schooling, she designed tools, household devices, and practical mechanisms with an intuitive engineering talent that deeply influenced Tesla. Tesla later said, "I inherited my mother's inventiveness." From childhood, he experienced vivid mental imagery, not imagination, but detailed moving engineering accurate visions. He could rotate machines in his mind, simulate their operation, identify flaws, and improve them, all without touching a pen. This capacity would define his life and isolate him from others. As a student, Tesla devoured books and mathematical proofs. His memory was near photographic. He once said, "I don't think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men," a cold reflection of his devotion to work above all else. At Graz Polytechnic, Tesla first encountered the DC dynamo. Loud, inefficient, sparking, and mechanically flawed. He became obsessed with improving electricity. By 1882, he had a breakthrough. On a walk through a park in Budapest, he suddenly pictured a motor driven by a rotating magnetic field, needing no brushes or sparks. Tesla later described it simply, "The idea came like a flash of lightning." It would become the AC induction motor, a machine that powers the modern world. In 1884, Tesla arrived in America with 4 cents in his pocket. The rest of his belongings were stolen on the journey. He was 28, determined, exceptionally talented, and ready to make his mark on the world. He found work for Thomas Edison, but the partnership was doomed from the start. Edison relied on brute force trial and error. Tesla relied on mathematics and visualization. Tesla said if Edison had a needle to find in a haystack, he would proceed with the diligence of a bee, examining straw after straw. I was a sorry witness of such doings. The two men clashed and Tesla left. With no money, he dug ditches for a year, but he never stopped designing. By 1887, Tesla secured patents for his AC system, motors, generators, transformers, and a complete electrical ecosystem. George Westinghouse recognized its power and bought the patents. Edison launched a smear campaign against AC, warning it was dangerous. He funded public electrocutions, even of animals, to terrify the public, but the physics were undeniable. Direct current could only travel short distances. Alternating current could travel miles with minimal loss. Tesla's system was superior. In 1893, the Chicago World's Fair became the first event powered entirely by AC. Then came the Niagara Falls power plant, the industrial conquest of nature itself. Tesla's AC generators harnessed one of the world's greatest waterfalls to power entire cities. AC became the global standard and remains so today. Tesla created technologies decades, sometimes a century ahead of their time. The induction motor powers factories, elevators, trains, appliances, and nearly every modern device with a rotating component. The Tesla coil, a high-frequency resonant transformer that became foundation for radio, wireless communication, and electrical experimentation. Radio foundations. Marconi sent the first transatlantic radio message, but he used 17 of Tesla's patents. The US Supreme Court later acknowledged Tesla's priority. Remote control. Tesla demonstrated the world's first radio-controlled boat. Ancestor of robotics, drones, and automation. Neon and fluorescent lighting, high-voltage research, X-ray experiments, turbines and isolators. Tesla wrote, "My brain is only a receiver. In the universe there is a core from which we obtain knowledge." His inventions were not improvements, they were revolutions. With investor J.P. Morgan, Tesla began building Wardenclyffe Tower, an enormous structure designed for wireless communication across the Atlantic. Not free energy, not magic, a global telecommunication system. Decades before radio networks existed. Tesla once said, "The Earth is a conductor of electrical energy." But Morgan wanted a profitable communication patent, not a worldwide system no one controlled. Funding was cut, equipment seized, construction halted. Tesla's greatest dream collapsed. Years later, in financial ruin, the tower was demolished for scrap metals. Tesla's New York laboratory burned down in 1895. Years of notes and equipment gone overnight. He recovered, but he never again had the stability and funding needed for a large-scale research. He refused compromise. He refused business deals that didn't honor his ideas. He refused fame. He once said, "I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they do not have any of their own." By the 1910s and 1920s, the world moved toward practical commercial inventions. Tesla remained a visionary, and visionaries need patrons. He had none. Tesla's later years were marked by illness, poverty, and solitude. He lived in hotel rooms, always behind on payments. He ate simple meals, walked miles each day, and avoided social gatherings. Yet he continued writing papers, drafting patents, and dreaming of new machines. His notebooks filled with sketches of wireless transmitters, advanced turbines, and even early concepts resembling radar. He once wrote, "Be alone, that is the secret of invention." But solitude, once a creative sanctuary, became a prison. Tesla spent his final days bedridden, frail, and forgotten. On January 7, 1943, he died alone. A maid discovered his body 2 days later. Government agents arrived almost immediately to secure his papers. His research was boxed, sealed, and hidden away for years. No ceremony, no recognition, no grand obituary. But the world outside his window, lit by alternating current, humming with motors of his design, was already his monument. Today, Tesla's ideas power our world. AC electricity, induction motors, wireless communication, robotics, remote control, high-frequency electronics, resonant circuits, electric grids, neon and fluorescent lighting, concepts foundational for radar and radio. Tesla once said, "Let the future tell the truth and evaluate each man according to his work." The future has spoken. A man who died alone and forgotten now stands among the greatest minds in the human history.